Today, I'm working on my dream game, aka my bike life. If you guys are new around here, when I'm not being a Roblox developer, I'm out riding my bike. Whether that's in a parking lot or with tons of people in the streets of Chicago, it's always a great time. So what is the dream game? In the simplest terms, it's a product of my combined passions being game development and motorcycle stunt riding. You guys might not be out in the streets of Chicago with me, but when I get home, we can be in the virtual streets of my bike life. Anyways, I have just a few goals for today, and most of them have the word fix in them. First things first, we need to fix the Grom. This is a new bike that's coming out in this update, and there's a few things that are just not so great with it. Number one, if we go into the sun, these materials, man, it just looks pretty bad overall. Number two, it is missing a portion of the forks right here. And number three, the headlight is like not attached to the handlebars. So when you're turning on a real Grom, the headlight should be turning with the forks. That is not happening, so we need to fix that. I had a few other things that needed to be fixed with this score UI, but it looks like they already did that. I'll put a clip up. It used to be kind of messed up. It still had the old UI matching the the old stuff. And then also we made it so when you drive, you're actually gaining score and money now, and it kind of broke the whole system. It confused it all. Basically, when you were doing a wheelie, your wheelie score wouldn't go up and it would still say driving. It seems like we're missing some pieces on the bottom of the forks as well. Here's all of our beautiful bikes. We need the 2022 Honda Grom. There it is. Perfect. It looks like we do have everything in here. These are correctly separated. This is correctly separated. I wonder why the one in the game isn't. These definitely have to be a different object. We do not need the sprocket or the rotors. We have decals of those now. I also am going to turn up our auto smooth so these appear circular even though they are not too circular. Overall makes the bike look a lot smoother. Let's get this imported. These could all be attached as well. So getting this Grom set up, my main concern was not making it look how it currently does in the game. I really feel like when I was putting in most of the bikes, I rushed picking like bad materials or bad colors, and it doesn't make the bikes look as good as they possibly could. And that's one thing I'm fixing literally daily about this game. If I rushed anything, I'm going back and I'm redoing it because at the end of the day, this is a passion project. And whether there's one player or a million players, this game is super important to me. Just like that, the Honda Grom is done, at least the 2024 variation. We've got a few changes. The headlight will now turn with the handlebars, which is super, super nice. This is all separated so the suspension can actually work when Bike System V2 is out. We have a actual screen now instead of all one model here. And just overall, the textures of everything, like if we look in on this, that looks a little rough, you know? And if we look in on this, like, sheesh, everything is just pristine, clean, and then of course the decal rotors and sprockets right here instead of the circles, you know? So we're gonna delete this one. We have the new one here, which I forgot to put the rotors in the model. There we go. And originally I was keeping everything the stock colorways that you would get them at a dealership, but I think it's just nice to add the little grips on for a touch and just make the bike look good overall rather than sticking with the super basics. In fact, we can compare the old blue one to the new blue one right now. The new one is definitely a lower poly model, so like things like this looked better. Some of the scoop looked a little bit better other than the shading issues on it. But like, look at the forks, for example. We got some hexagons versus like some legit rounded forks. Overall, more optimized, looks better, and I can't wait for you guys to be able to ride them around. Let's add this to our done bike section, which we now have 4 of. I'll need to organize all of these internally with folders and all of that stuff for the customization, as well as make the 3 different colorways for when the player purchases them, but that is not for today. with the Grom being done, let's move on to something that's gonna just be fun, right? So in the game right now, we can fly, or any admin can fly, and it's cool, right? You can fly around, but I think this would be so much cooler if we had a full-on animation. So I'm gonna go hit up the animator who made the trick animations and see if he'll make us flying animations. I know it doesn't really affect the grand total of the game or you guys at all, but it's just one more thing for the admins and us developers to have a little bit of fun with. All right, guys, Robo said he just finished getting everything scripted. We gotta jump in and see how it is. The last time I flew in this game, your arms stayed to your sides and your whole body stayed straight. Let's see how the new one's going. Man, look at that ugly circle rotor in the GFX. Look at the non-painted cages. What was I doing? All right, here we go, guys. Yo, okay, it's a little bit buggy, but we actually got some animations. You can see like its loop, which isn't exactly ideal. Look at the idle. Yo, sideways, other side, backwards. That's sick. So guys, we now have a flying animation, which once again, I mean, it doesn't really affect you guys, but man, I think this is pretty cool. Other than the little jitter it does. It's not really worth spending a ton of time on since it's not a gameplay thing or anything, but this is definitely a bit cooler than it was. A lot of you guys have been asking where the update is, and this one is just massive. There's so many map changes, full new UI, and the only thing holding us up right now is two big bugs. The game, we think the crashing one is fixed, right? Where the Roblox client just crashes. That was happening a ton, and we don't know why it happened, but it doesn't happen anymore. We're still looking into that to kind of make sure it's gone. And then the other one has been a bug since we released the game, the garage. Sometimes when you go in with a bike, just no options pop up, and we can't replicate it. So yeah, that's what's taken so long on the update, but it is on the way. I can assure you of this. And it's definitely just gonna make the game feel a lot nicer. But once again, I won't be super pushing this game until Bike System V2 is done because man, that's gonna change everything. Alright fellas, I saved this portion for the end of the video because it probably doesn't matter to too many people, but I need some input here, okay? There is a tool. It is this Roblox Viz Tools for $500, okay? Which is, it's a pretty penny, right? It is going on sale soon for RDC. I don't know how big that sale will be, but it should be cheaper than this 500. And I have been really thinking about buying this just to help optimize the dream game, right? So there's a lot of stuff it does. If we look at these pictures, you know, there's some cool stuff. And then there's a video tutorial, which we're not going to really get into right now, but I want to show you guys sort of the best features of this thing. So we'll just start here. This tool gives the power to do the following: dramatically reduce and manage triangle counts and draw cause in your game, which is the main reason for Roblox games running slowly on mobile in VR. If you guys are unfamiliar, mobile is like 80% of Roblox players, and our game is massive. Get a visual heat map of scene hotspots and weaknesses, showing you directly what you need to fix. This just sounds awesome. I would love to see what portions of the map are like, yikes, that could be looked into. With the map being 12 base plates big, it's kind of hard to, you know, narrow it down to the exact things that need to be fixed. Block visibility with simple Viz blocker placement system. This is basically saying if I am behind one of the buildings, everything that my camera can't see anyways is gone, is taken out of the game. This would be huge for optimization, especially on those mobile devices. Make small detail objects fade away, then it gives you a few options. Guys, this is the same as streaming enabled, except it fades. So streaming enabled basically has a huge circle around you, and then when something is outside of that circle, it pops away. These are just nice fade in and out. Very, very nice. This one's huge. Make distant trees fade into imposter billboards. Guys, there's so many trees in the dream game, and if you don't know what the imposter billboards are, it's basically an image of that tree. So instead of being however many vertices and triangles this tree is, it would be like 4. And that's crazy, like actually crazy. And then there is custom LODs, which is nice, and make very distant players fade out so they don't cause any drawing performance, remove building interiors when you don't need them, and bake your own imposter trees. Guys, so much stuff. Just for fun, I hopped into their demonstration place for these trees and check it out. Oh, nice, they upped the walk speed. So this is a pretty detailed palm tree, and if I walk away, just watch what happens to this palm tree right in our sights. You do have to get pretty far. Hopefully we'll still be able to see it. Okay, it's definitely kind of hard to still see it, but as you can see in the background, all of these trees are changing to images. If I start walking closer in this direction, you can see all of them popping back in, and that is just a huge performance saver. And it also doesn't look as bad as what Roblox does to trees when you get far away from them with streaming enabled, which is pretty rough. Just take a look at these, for example. You can't really see because I'm in free cam, so I can't really put my mouse over it, but the center of the screen and a little bit over, those trees look cooked. So why not just make them look like the full tree, but an image of said tree? Now guys, once again, this tool has a lot more stuff than I've showed you, but it is $500. If you think it would be worth it for the game, and if you guys just want to see me get it to show you guys what all it can do, let me know in the comments down below. And make sure to drop a like because your boy's gonna need the YouTube algorithm to kind of go up just a little bit, because that's a pretty penny. Anyways, that is gonna wrap it up for today. If you did enjoy and want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.